What's up, everybody, and welcome to ITG Daily, the show that brings you the hottest in gaming news. I'm Drew Bosley. You can find me on Twitter at ArtisticGamer28, and that's the one and the only. It is Scott Savage. You can find him on Twitter at Savage. Scott, what's going on today, buddy?
Oh, I had a nice, very long night of Scorn.
Ooh, there you go.
It kept me up, but it kept me up late, but it wasn't because of fear. I just chose to play it very late.
Nice. Do you think you're almost done? Here it's not that long.
I think I'm just kind of past the first third about the game. I'm not yet halfway. No.
How many hours do you think you're in?
Probably about an hour and a half, maybe 2.
Hour and a half, maybe 2. All right, not bad.
Yeah.
I jumped into A Plague's Tale Requiem last night. Having a good time, dude. You know how you get that the famous Ubisoft Assassin's Creed banner comes across the screen when you're 20 hours in? Well, I did that last night in about 2 hours. So it wasn't, not even 2 hours. I'd say maybe an hour.
Okay. Well, yeah. That's a game that I'm very curious. I have to get in on that one.
Oh, man. Everything just went up in flames. Yeah, it was an interesting little start. So, yeah, we're excited to get going back into that. But where people can get going is following us over on Twitter at the official ITG. And, of course, join us live Monday to Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern over on twitch.tv/the official ITG, as well as YouTube at ITG. But if you can't join us live, hit us up later. InsideTheGame.ca, podcast services, and TV streaming networks around the globe. Scott, today's show. This is a show for Scott. This is your show, man. Konami came out swinging as they revealed so many new projects for fans of the Silent Hill series, including a new film. They revealed 3 new games coming sometime in the future and a few details on the Steam page for the release of Silent Hill 2. You might want to start upgrading your PC because it's a hefty load that they're swinging for, man. It's coming. You ready to get going, Scott? Did you see this yet?
Oh, I'm ready.
Silent Hill Ascension is a horror story shaped by the hive mind. This comes from Sean over PC Gamer. It's taken them a while, but Konami finally revealed its plans for Silent Hill. 3 video games and a film on the way. And alongside them, a project called Silent Hill Ascension was announced. In Konami's words, it's a, quote, massively interactive live event, end quote, with art and sound designed by J.J. Abrams' Bad Robot Game Studio. Man, that's, you guys are in for something. This is going to be not for me. I'm telling you right now, Scott. But according to what I can glean from the announcement, it's basically a Silent Hill story where the events are decided by the audience. Think Until Dawn or The Quarry, except the narrative is shaped by the hive mind. In the press material words, Ascension is, quote, immersive participants around the globe in the really Scott, I'm going blank here, buddy.
Psychological.
I was like, why am I doing this? Horror at the heart of Silent Hill in an unparalleled way, but by putting a all-new Silent Hill story and character into the hands of the audience as the narrative unfolds live on multiple platforms, end quote. Scott, I heard this is kind of like, if you followed it right now, it's still, I believe it's still going on over on Facebook, believe it or not. It's the Walking Dead Last Mile, where the fans can kind of decide what happens, and they have a little...
Oh, that's what that is. I've seen that being talked about just a little bit.
I've tried to get into it, and I just, man, I love the Telltale Walking Dead, but I can't seem to get into this realm of the Last Mile. I've tried... It's just, it hasn't clicked for me yet. I don't know if it ever will. But is this something you're going to take a look at?
Yeah, I'm really interested to see how this plays out, or if it's just, it gets infiltrated by bad actors or something that kind of try to spoil the story or give us the worst possible outcome. But even that might be interesting. This is a weird experiment.
They're experimenting with a lot of stuff. So why don't we get in the next one as well? Because Silent Hill 2 Remake has a Steam page and some steep system requirements. This is Jody, a PC gamer. Konami announced the long-term rumored Silent Hill 2 Remake is real and is being developed by Bloober Team, the Polish studio responsible for the medium. Said the remake now has a Steam page and a set of system requirements. They are not low. The recommended specs call for a GeForce RTX 2080. Scott, my computer needs an upgrade.
Yeah, that's the recommendation. I think the minimum was a 1080. So it's not.
I squeak in there. I just squeak. It'd be lagging like crazy. But are you excited for Silent Hill 2, Scott?
Yes, that's the big one. That's the big one for me, and I think it's the elephant in the room for so long now. When it comes to Konami, Kojima, and just about everybody involved with Silent Hill, I'm really happy to see 2 come back because that's the one I remember.
Well, yeah. So the remake, it sounds like it's from the ground up, is more than anything else. They are pushing for 4K. They're going to be using the DLSS, similar technology, and all the things you can expect now for a PC game at the higher end, right? So if you're kind of lagging behind like myself with the 1080 still for GTX or RTX, sorry, it's going to be one of those things. It might be time for an upgrade if you're going to be able to want to run this at the full visual capability that they technically, I guess, should be, right? I think that's the biggest thing, Scott. But also, it's got to be coming to other platforms too, right? It's got to be coming to Xbox. It's going to be coming to PlayStation. So if you have those consoles, PS5, Xbox Series X or S, you are going to have the ability to run it over there at least, and not maybe worry about upgrading the PC so much, Scott. Yeah,
the PC will just be the performance option.
Always is, though, right? That's the biggest thing. The way PCs work is that they're upgraded and outdated within minutes of releasing the latest and greatest kind of thing. So you're constantly always wondering how long your PC is going to last until you're outdated and want to be able to run at the next visual fidelity and 120 frames and all this other high-end PC stuff. But now with consoles, I'm not going to say matching PC, but definitely getting up to a higher standard now. We saw PS4 get a PS4 Pro. We saw the Xbox One get an Xbox One X. And then now we're getting into Series X and the PS5. Dude, like that's why I said playing A Plague's Tale Requiem last night, and it was gorgeous. Like, it is beautiful. It is stunning, at least for me.
They are large upgrades based on the last generation. In this case, I think it's a slighter upgrade than we've seen in the past.
Yeah.
going to the Series X consoles and whatever. They're just a slight upgrade from the Xbox One, but the consoles are always trying to catch up to PC. PC always leads.
Do you think we'll see last gen at all for Silent Hill 2 remake? Will there be an opportunity there for PS4 Pro or the Xbox One X in that case, or is it complete next gen overhaul and then they're just moving on?
Because of just how late this announcement has been, I think it'll be more of just a next gen only.
Yeah. I think that the announcement comes at a great time, right? It is Halloween season. So they're definitely getting their announcements at the right time to capture the audience that have been waiting for this news, the official news, right? We've heard about leaks for Silent Hill 2 remake for so long, and I can't believe it's taken this long to actually find out something, but it was a good, dude, my whole Twitter just blew up yesterday. It was a good announcement. Everybody is super hyped around it, and there's gonna be a lot of people just clamoring. We've all been looking, well, not all of us, me in particular, but everybody else that I'm aware of and know, and yourself, have been looking for this, right? You're now getting into the Scorn world, and once that's done, like, what's next? Where's Silent Hill? And we've been talking about what is really Konami doing at the grand scheme of things. Will they come back? Will they bring some of the beloved IPs? And here we are. We're getting Silent Hill. We're getting the return of Silent Hill, which is a good thing, I think, right?
And the return to Silent Hill 2 being a remaster, that's a whole lot better than Silent Hill Survive happening.
That's fair. Yeah, was it? Oh, I was thinking, you know what I was thinking? I was thinking, where is the Resident Evil multiplayer?
Yes, Reverse.
Yeah,
that's a good question. I'm not certain what's going on with that, or if it's still even supposed to be coming.
I don't think it's canceled. Yeah, I don't believe it's canceled, but it's kind of one of those things. Where did that go? But yeah, man, another spooky game, Scott. Just one I gotta watch from the sidelines, like from the back benches in the corner, where I can just get like maybe a little glimpse, because it's not gonna happen.
Yeah, you have a better chance with Scorn so far.
Nah, man, even that one doesn't really interest me at all. Let me know if anybody else is playing Scorn. What are your thoughts? We know what Scott thinks of it, but I've heard a couple mixed things about it, right? So, have you got into any combat yet?
No. I did grab a weapon off the wall.
Ooh, wow. What kind of weapon? What is it?
Well, actually, you know what? It kind of has like that alien mouth thing where it comes out and bites. So it's really strange, but I use that to blow up a couple flying things.
Okay. That's interesting, I suppose.
Kind of look like paper lanterns. It's a really strange world in there.
Yeah, it sounds interesting, that's for sure. But Scott, what are your hopes for Silent Hill 2? Is there anything you want to be changed, upgraded, remixed, remade, anything?
Well, I insist there's a whole lot of fog. That's something that was taken out in the Silent Hill 2 remaster. Came out on Xbox 360 way back in the day.
Right.
And I think it had Silent Hill 1, 2, and perhaps another. But Silent Hill 2, everybody remembers that fog. In the case of the remaster, it was taken out because there's no draw distance issue.
Right.
There was no need for the fog, but that's not the whole point of the fog.
It's a
from
setting,
a consumer standpoint,
right? It sets the tone of the game, I think, moving forward, because you can't see what's in the fog sort of scenario.
It was creepy. A loophole to get around the technical limitations, but
it worked.
I hope they stick with it because it became more than that.
I think it benefited the game more than what they realized, and then when they took it out, a lot of people were kind of looking for it to be back in its place and asking why is that not there, because like you say, right, it sets this tone.
It's not nearly as scary or slow if you're just running through a bunch of open streets.
That's true, yeah, absolutely. But the trailer does show a lot of fog in there and a lot of rain. Dude, does the whole game take place in while it rains?
I think almost just about all of it.
It's a horror trope, I think, at this point, where if it's a spooky game, it just needs to rain. I don't know.
Yeah. Gives you that old school kind of Disney idea. But...
creepy. But yeah, either way. Scott, they also announced another game. Dude, they're unstoppable. Silent Hill F, a brand new Silent Hill game from Neobards Entertainment revealed. This comes from David over at PSU. Silent Hill F is a new game in the Silent Hill franchise, announced yesterday during Konami's event, Silent Hill Transmission, where a whack of new titles were finally revealed, like Bloober Team's Silent Hill 2 remake. I saw some flack come up about actual Bloober Team taking over for Silent Hill.
Oh,
Did you see that? Yeah, I absolutely saw that, and I don't understand, because I don't want to touch on it just quickly there, Scott. Dude, the medium was well received.
I think some people were disappointed by it, but that's not really enough to hold up the company, in my opinion.
I don't understand. I think they have a good pedigree. I'm gonna Google them right now, Scott, because they've worked on some massive games, right? Like, it's not just whatever. They've had some huge titles.
Yeah.
Layers of Fear, Blair Witch, The Observer.
Okay. Layers of Fear, that's the one that I was really... And Blair Witch, those are both exciting.
Well, there's another Layers of Fear title on the way, too.
Yeah, now, did Layers of Fear 2 already come out? Because I remember seeing something about that.
A while ago, but now there's another one. I'm trying to remember what the next one is, but it's another Layers of Fear title. So it's got to fall under Bluebird's team as well, right? That makes a lot of sense to me. But yeah, they just keep going. But they're on to the remake now. The story is being penned by creator of When They Cry, while the creator and character design is led by Kara. It's only produced. It'll be produced by Moti Komodo and developed by Neo Bards Entertainment, the team behind Resident Evil multiplayer mode Reverse. Scott, there it is, dude. It's still alive. Does that make you nervous at all? Because we have yet to see Reverse.
Yeah, it makes me wonder if this development is going to be a lot slower than was first planned on.
Absolutely. Konami showed a small teaser of Silent Hill F. Nothing was actual gameplay, but at the very least, setting an eerie tone for whatever the game will be. Silent Hill F wasn't the only brand new game announced during Konami's Silent Hill transmission. We also know about Silent Hill Townfall from observation developer No Code was revealed as well. Dude, a lot of stuff yesterday. I think a lot of fans probably rejoiced as well, because Silent Hill is back. Scott, would you say it's back?
I think it's safe to say it's back. With all of these projects, one of them has to stick.
I mean, what is Silent Hill F? Like, what? A little teaser was shown, and that was it. But nobody knows exactly what it is. And if it's from the team that is working on or developing Resident Evil Reverse, which we just mentioned, that's not even done yet. So how big is the Neobards team then in this case, right? Did they pull in another team to then help make whatever it is for Silent Hill, and they're still working on Reverse? Or is Reverse just completely canceled? Any ideas?
I kind of suspect Reverse will be put away eventually, because there's just been nothing heard of it at all. At least nothing I've seen. It doesn't seem to be moving swimmingly like you would want.
No, I'm just looking it up right now.
Putting down the Resident Evil universe in turn to pick up Silent Hill, that's a big decision to make as a company.
No, absolutely. Reverse was supposed to come out in October 28th of 2022. So is it coming out at the end of this month?
Yeah, that's still 1 week away.
Yep, it says it is. I'm on the website right now. It says Resident Evil Reverse coming October 28th. For players who purchase physical copies of Resident Evil Village. So if you have Village, you're gonna get it. Otherwise, you have to buy it alone. Interesting, Scott. We'll see how that goes. I wonder who's played that. But that's their multiplayer take for Resident Evil. You said really?
Yeah, I still haven't played it. It came up and passed, and then I was never able to catch up.
You haven't though, don't you?
No.
Oh,
I played 7 at the same time as everybody was going through, and 7 was amazing. Primed me for the game really well. But
were you playing catch up? Is that what the deal was? You're playing catch up? Yeah. We all have a long list of that, don't we, Scott?
That's the constant struggle.
Let's talk about Halo Infinite co-op and Forge open beta coming in November. This is over at Polygon. 343 Industries announced on Wednesday that Campaign Network co-op, mission replay, and several other new features such as Forge open beta and a new 30-tier battle pass, only 30 tiers, would be coming to Halo Infinite as part of the game's winter update on November 8th. Campaign Network co-op and mission replay will have been some of the most highly requested features for Halo Infinite since the game first launched in December of last year, Scott. These features will be arriving in the game more than 2 months after the announcement that split-screen co-op, a mainstay of the series since first Halo, will no longer be coming to Infinite. Scott, how do you feel?
Yeah, that was a big disappointment to learn that split screen wouldn't be happening, but there is still cross network co-op, so that's what they're going for here, and that's acceptable. Although
Yep.
it doesn't excite me anymore because of the amount of times it's been offered like a carrot.
Yeah, well, yeah. Is it one of those circumstances that you'll believe it when you see it?
Exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
November 8th. I'm wondering if before November 8th happens, it'll be, well, this is part of the season update at the end, and it'll be a sliding goalpost again.
Yeah. The question of how 343 Industries would implement co-op in Halo Infinite has been a persistent one in the game's community of players, particularly given the Infinite represents the first semi-open world campaign in Halo compared to the series' individual mission-based campaigns in the past. Campaign lead designer John Mulkey emphasized in the winter update Vidoc that this same principle extends to items such as Spartan cores, weapons, and collectibles. Quote, so if you've collected a Spartan core, let's say, and I haven't, when we go to that Spartan core in a network co-op game, it's still interactive and any one of us can activate it to collect it. Those who haven't gotten the Spartan core, they get it, end quote. So it carries over, Scott. Kind of like how you jumped into my world the other day for Nostalgia, and then you had the blacksmith who wasn't in your world.
Yeah, no, that's okay with me because I happen to have one glitched pickup. I can't find a certain armor Spartan pickup, and although I've collected them all, it doesn't make sense to me. There's some sort of a glitch there. I hope this kind of just reinitializes and then counts it all over again because that bothers me. I can't 1,000 gamer score the game.
That's maybe we'll have to team up. You can jump into my world. We'll get it because I guarantee you I do not have that one. But 343. Oh, let's get into new achievements, Scott. Here's something you'll like. Will be included for co-op and mission replays that encourage players to go back and revisit parts of the mission they were previously inaccessible before the mission replay feature. All this, as well as the Forge Open Beta, 2 new official Forge maps known as Argyle and Detachment, a free 30 tier battle pass, a new multiplayer mode called Cover 1 Flag, 2 upcoming multiplayer events in December and January, and Match XP will be coming to Halo Infinite as part of the winter update on November 8th. Is this enough to pull you back in, Scott?
It certainly is enough for me to check in, curiosity-wise. I have to see if they're along the path of fixing, and the co-op is the big thing that's been missing for me the entire time. I will play through the campaign again.
Man, I'm not going to go back. I just can't do it. I've moved on. I beat that campaign. I had a blast. I really did enjoy it, but it's not enough to pull me back in at this point. I am excited for the community though, to get into the Forge mode. I think that's something that we have all been waiting for at this point, and hopefully that can help spark the community a little bit more, right? And kind of grow that.
Somebody needs to remake Blood Gulch and Valhalla if
they will.
343 is not going to do
it. Somebody will do it, right? Let's get into it as its early access is about to start for Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2's campaign. Scott, we have the times you can get in as of today at 1 p.m. Eastern. So line that one up. It's also 10 a.m. Pacific time and all those other 6 p.m. UK. Shout out to Steve. So yeah, there's that. Call of Duty, dude. You excited for Call of Duty?
I am. I'm really excited for this one. Modern Warfare 2 has a chance to be a huge success, just like the first.
Well, I think it's going to be a game changer this time, coming off of Vanguard and how it was mixed, right? It really was a mixed bag at the end of the day. Some liked it, some didn't. A lot of people still played the multiplayer. A lot of people now are really looking forward to Warzone 2. But for myself, I want to get into this campaign. It looks phenomenal, and I'm very excited to get into it. We'll see what the future holds for Call of Duty, but it looks bright.
The new Modern Warfare 1 was really good in the campaign, as far as I'm concerned. So more of that, please.
Yeah, I think we're going to get a lot more of that. And do you think they go to Black Ops after this?
Yes, I'm pretty certain.
Ops. I love the
There's
Black Ops
talk about an Advanced Warfare remake or sequel, but I don't know if they'll go to that first.
Well, they're going to take it off next year as well, right? Next year is going to be a layover for Call of Duty, which is like the first time in so long, like a decade or so at this point. So yeah, let's go back to Black Ops. Man, I want to play more Black Ops, Scott. It's so good.
I did enjoy Black Ops.
Oh, I loved it, man. That spy espionage stuff is right up my alley. But Scott, there are a couple games out today and some good ones. What do we have?
We have Batora Lost Haven on PlayStation 4, 5, Xbox One, XS, and Switch, and PC. There is Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope is on the Switch today. Second Extinction is on Xbox One, X and S, and PC. The Jackbox Party Pack 9 is on PlayStation's, Xbox's, Switch, PC, iOS, and Android. And Vampire Survivors is on PC.
We played Second Extinction. We actually, I believe we live streamed it and did a Let's Play back in the day. We had a good time. It was fun.
That was the Floods of Dinosaurs, right?
Yes, that was the Floods of Dinosaurs. Yeah, it's now actually full release out on Xbox, which is pretty cool, and PC. So you're able to swing by, check that out. Scott, did you get to check out Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope?
I'm curious for it, but I skipped the other combination games. So
I don't think you need to worry about it.
No. Yeah.
I don't think there's no tie into it. I hear Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope is actually really good. So I'm curious to get into that one. Wouldn't mind checking it out myself and getting hands on. It's kind of like Mario meets XCOM.
Yeah, that's the part that has me interested. The XCOM part. How's that play out?
I don't know. It's a weird combination, that's for sure. Batora though, have you seen that one at all?
No, not that I can recall.
It looks cool. This one, I saw this a while ago, and it kind of slipped off my radar, and I was like, oh, man. And then I found out it was out today.
Top down.
And I'm like, this looks pretty cool. I'm down for this. It's exciting. Yeah, I'm overdue for one of these game modes, but either way, Scott.
That reminds me of Geometry Wars. I was playing Geometry Wars yesterday.
Man, you are all over the map playing stuff lately, aren't you?
I was tripped down memory lane.
Sometimes you got to do those throwbacks, right? You want to know what you're up to, and then there's a couple of games I always go back to. Trials for me is one I always love to go back to. The Trials franchise is so good, and it's challenging.
I get into it, and then I get very angry.
Yep, nope, absolutely. But Scott, not to be angry, but our show is over. This has been ITG Daily, the show that brings you the hottest in gaming news. You can always join us live at 11 a.m. Eastern over on twitch.tv/the official ITG, as well as YouTube at ITG. But if you can't join us live, hit us up later. InsideTheGame.ca, podcast services, and TV streaming networks around the globe. Until tomorrow, everybody, I'm Drew, that's Scott, and we'll see you inside the game.